Simula ke kasi via tena plug and play out 7, Messi Bukashweni Pino. UWP endorsed candidate for Grosley Marcella Johnson is accusing alleged supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party of targeting UWP flags across the north, an act she believes is aimed at sabotaging her visibility in a key battleground constituency.
After noticing the party paraphernalia was stripped from polls in the constituency, UWP-endorsed Grosley candidate Marcella Johnson is pointing fingers at alleged supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, accusing them of sabotage.
This morning, I would have awoken to some of my election paraphernalia being taken down by supporters of the current outgoing parliamentary rep for Grosley, Kenson Kazemi. The people of Grosley are very respectable people. Election paraphernalia is part of our culture. To actually take down flags, this is an act of desperation, like a man hanging onto straws. And I would like to say to the outgoing MP to ask your supporters to reinstall the flags which were taken down, because this speaks to the disrespect of women in politics.
Convinced that the act was committed by supporters of the SLP, Johnson stood outside the parliamentary office of Grosley MP Kenson Kazemi as she uttered strong words of condemnation. She further declared that the move would not shake her resolve, vowing to press on in her fight for the people of her constituency.
This will not intimidate me, because election paraphernalia is something that has become acceptable in our society. I have run a clean campaign, and to actually take down flags, this does not augur well. And I'm asking you to immediately call on your supporters to reinstall the flags. I will not encourage my supporters to take down paraphernalia of my opponent. As you can see, his flags are on the pole. My supporters are respectable. They have not taken down your flags.
Johnson has declared her unwavering commitment to the campaign trail, vowing to continue fighting for her rights as a candidate and pressing forward with renewed determination. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bissett reporting.
Whilst Johnson has cast the blame on party operatives, the island's electricity company has issued a statement on the use of utility poles for hanging of paraphernalia and other articles. The St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, LUCELEC, is urging members of the public to strictly follow established procedures when installing banners, flags, or other paraphernalia on its electrical poles, amid concerns about growing instances of unauthorized access. The company warns that these actions pose serious safety risks, as many of the items are being placed dangerously close to energized lines. According to LUCELEC, only trained and certified personnel are permitted to climb or attach anything to the company's infrastructure. Unauthorized installations not only endangers individuals, but may also compromise the stability of the electricity network. Of particular concern is the use of nails to secure banners, which creates hazards for linesmen who rely on climbing spikes for safe footing and can puncture insulation on conductors, heightening the risk of electrocution or equipment failure. The utility company stressed that only approved banners for public events sanctioned by the Development Control Authority should be installed. These are mounted by LUCELEC-approved contractors using brackets and safety measures designed to protect both workers and infrastructure. LUCELEC is therefore reminding the public that all persons wishing to display banners on its poles must adhere strictly to the approved procedure to ensure safety for all. A major fire has broken out at the Deglo Sanitary Landfill, prompting health and environmental concerns for nearby communities. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority is working closely with emergency services to bring the situation under control.
Thick smoke was seen billowing from the Deglo landfill as fire crews and solid waste management officials battled a blaze of unknown origin. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre stated that he shared in citizens' concerns and the state would do all in its power through the requisite agencies to ensure that any negative impacts to residents of the area would be minimal.
We're very concerned about the residents, and I'm happy that the environmental health people are here and the people from NEMO are here. So we hopefully we will see what we can do to mitigate any negative effects on the residents of the area. Secondly, I want to say that this is really an unfortunate situation. It's not a situation where we can blame anyone. I like the response of the first responders. Everyone is here showing an interest, finding out what really is the reason.
Meanwhile, Minister for Sustainable Development and the Environment, Sean Edward, who was on site Thursday, expressed the need to convene a meeting with all stakeholders on Friday, following further reports of citizens being affected by smoke emanating from the site.
This morning, I thought it was necessary as the Minister with responsibility for environment and solid waste management. I thought it was necessary to convene a meeting here, not only with the staff of the Solid Waste Management Authority, but some of the agencies in country that would help in times of disaster and crisis. We don't have a disaster here, we don't have a crisis, but it was necessary to bring on board NEMO, to bring on board the Department of, or the Ministry of Health. So when I woke up this morning, I apprised the Prime Minister of the situation. I also had, by way of a telephone conversation, a discussion with the Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, who is the Minister for Health. I spoke with the Chief Fire Officer, and the General Manager was instructed to engage NEMO, Environmental Health, and a few other agencies. So we came here just to see for ourselves the extent of the fire and what can potentially result.
Minister Edward highlighted the importance of the Ministry of Health taking record of specific concerns for residents with respiratory issues.
I think it was also very, very critical for the Ministry of Health to have had a presence here this morning so as to inform the general public of what precautions they ought to take given the situation that we have on hand. I think it's particularly sensitive for patients or people with respiratory issues, and the view and the goal is to extinguish the fire in its entirety. So I'm very pleased with the response that I've gotten from my ministerial colleagues. The Prime Minister himself was there moments ago lending support and trying to appreciate exactly what was happening here this morning.
The Solid Waste Management Authority has apologized to residents for the discomfort caused by the smoke and says it will continue providing updates as efforts to fully extinguish the fire continue. Officials have assured the public that every measure is being taken to restore safe conditions at the landfill. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority thanked residents for their patience and cooperation as the authority works to resolve the incident. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
The St. Lucia Water and Sewage Company is responding to the concerns of citizens and has warned that climate change and record-breaking temperatures are straining the island's water resources. Officials say ensuring a steady supply will require a coordinated effort beyond the utility alone.
The St. Lucia Water and Sewage Company, WASCO, held a press conference on October 3rd, drawing attention to the pressing challenges facing the utility. Project Manager Maurice Noville emphasized that the company is increasingly grappling with the impacts of climate change, which continue to place significant strain on its operations and infrastructure.
St. Lucia and our water supply is primarily, in fact, solely dependent on rainfall, because all our water is surface water, which comes from rivers and streams and springs. Now, because of this, we are heavily reliant on weather conditions heavily reliant on weather conditions for our distribution of water to the public. And even in the rainy season, we are affected by frequent water shortages. Now, climate change disrupts the water cycle and it affects Wasco's ability to provide a steady supply.
He further expresses that due to the climate change, there has been longer dry spells, with this past September being the hottest on record.
Because of climate change, what we find is that there are longer dry seasons, which lower the levels in the rivers. So there's a reduced flow and reduced availability of water for us to supply. Then we also have to look at the fact that because of our system, which is heavily reliant on rivers, things like pollution also affect our water supply. So when you have things like illegal dumping of debris and garbage in rivers, that affects us as well. Then you have agricultural runoff when you have fertilizers and it gets washed into the river. Again, that's a problem for us.
Wasco has cautioned that the nation's water resources are not limitless, and that ensuring a steady supply requires more than the company's efforts alone. Officials noted that a coordinated approach involving multiple stakeholders is essential to meet the country's growing demand.
It takes more than just Wasco to be able to ensure water security, but we also need our customers to play a part in that as well.
Wasco states that they understand the public's frustration and will be continuing to supply the country with an optimal water supply service. For 7TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
Novella ka continue tala AP Transport Minister Stevenson King says modern terminals and upgraded buses are on the way, and hundreds of home care workers have been granted permanent employment status. West AP Nuluka Utune Total AP pleaded to Susiwa Posai Klizon.
The Ministry of Agriculture presents World Food Day under the distinguished patronage of the Honorable Alfred Prosper. Figlas Sanutut Sonutut Saut, Lakai IRDC grounds, Denry, on the 12th of October from 11 a.m. onwards, the Banana and Plantain Festival. Sa Pakai Normal. Eat what you grow up is food in what Bill Nutoho. Everything produced from bananas and plantain by agro-processors and students. Sit Lissy, that's the way to go. Lots of booths with delicious dishes. Lisha Duet, Parma Salani Entertainment Gala, Impulse Man, Umpa, Servants, Ezra, Invader, Mofire, Wuletete, and lots more. Like I sit near Kids Zone. So children, you're not on your own. Eat fresh, St. Lucia's best.
Do you feel like you're drowning in debt? Have your sources of income been severely impacted and you have nowhere to turn? The St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited is here to save. With our rescue plan, we can consolidate your debt obligations into one easy-to-manage loan with affordable payment terms tailored to keep you afloat. Contact us today at 453-2538 in Castries or 454-7802 in Viewfort for further details. The St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited, an educated choice.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council observes Productivity Awareness Week, October 7th to 10th, 2025. 4 days of innovation, research and collaboration, all aimed at driving national productivity. This year's theme, Navigating Through Disruption, Resilience, the Engine of Productivity. The week starts off on Tuesday, October 7th at 9:30 a.m. with a vibrant Creole-themed official launch. Then at 2 p.m., the St. Lucia Employers Federation and the Department of Economic Development present Anu Diskite, a panel discussion titled Paving the Way, Road Communication Challenges and Their Impact on St. Lucia's Productivity. On Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m., students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College engage in a lively debate proposing and opposing the topic. St. Lucia's long-term development is tied to U.S. hegemonic power, and maintaining those ties should be our primary focus. Then at 2 p.m., the Ministry of External Affairs will present an insightful, interactive discussion entitled Redefining St. Lucia's Foreign Policy, pursuing greater South-South cooperation. Thursday, October 9th at 9 a.m., the Research and Policy Unit in the Department of Finance hosts a research symposium entitled Foundations of Growth, exploring the roles of finance, infrastructure, and trade. Culminating the week of activities on Friday, October 10th at 10 a.m., the Office of the Prime Minister, in collaboration with the Ministry of the Public Service, leads a thought-provoking discussion entitled Raising the Bar, Reimagining Customer Service for a More Productive Public Sector. All events take place at the Finance Administrative Center in Point Seraphin and will be streamed live on the St. Lucia NCPC Facebook and YouTube pages and broadcast on NTN. Productivity Awareness Week 2025, Navigating Through Disruption, Resilience, the Engine of Productivity.
EasyDeck is a one-way spanning slab system that makes life easy for the contractor because it eliminates a lot of the needs for propping and formwork and the stuff required to keep the construction level and true. There is no deficiency as far as earthquake and wind as far as EasyDeck is concerned because EasyDeck is a slab system.
EasyDeck was easy and affordable and it lived up to its name. When he gave me the cost for that EasyDeck, and I compared the cost and buying the material and installing it, I see the EasyDeck would be cheaper and easier for me.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM, and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe. Our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
If there was an actual emergency, news and information would follow this alarm.
This is the Hot 7 Night News.
Merci Pukaweste Pinu. St. Lucia's Breast Health Campaign Bramile, organized by Rafferty Inc. in collaboration with Faces of Cancer and the Ministry of Health, is returning in 2025 with a two-phase format: information in October and hands-on practical activities in November. Portia Gustave shares the plan and why it matters.
Bramile is on again in 2025 for its third annual campaign, which focuses on early detection, bra fitting, clinical breast screening, and nutrition education.
You find that there are a lot of people who are not aware of their breast health and what to look for. And of late, we realize that a lot of men don't understand that, men can have breast cancer as well. It's not just the women. So educating the public on these things creates the avenue for us to decrease on the cases that we have currently, and acting quickly can save a lot.
Patrons will have access to 3 screenings: breast examinations, bra fittings, and nutrition checks on October 11th, 2025 at the Bougainvillea Conference Room at the Bay Gardens, and a practical session in November. Portia Gustave, involved in planning, says the dual-phase structure allows deeper reach and stronger impact.
This year, we have decided to have Bramile in 2 parts. And we separated this event not because we figured, if we have it on 2 separate occasions, maybe the people who did not get the first chance would get the second. That's not the only focus. But when we looked at it, the one day was just not sufficient. You would have the activity going on throughout. And when we get to the end of the day, you have persons who did not get a chance to get the screenings done. So we decided, you know what, let's separate it because the day had been so packed with.
It is believed that this staggered format will help reach more people and that the combination of knowledge plus practice increases early detection.
We want to make sure that people are getting it. They're understanding that this is needed. All right, they will come, they will get the bra fittings, and they will get all of this still. Bramille is not shortchanging them. It's just that we wanted to separate it so people get enough. They are able to walk away with enough knowledge that they came in without. Then we look at the second part of it, which is going to be the Tea Party, and that is focused on education again with survivor empowerment and the fundraising with a fashionable theme. So yes, when you come to the Tea Party aspect, yes, persons are going to be coming to be entertained and dress up all nice and dandy, but they will still leave with more information.
With the lessons from past campaigns, including the 2024 Bramille success in engaging women and highlighting breast health for men as well, the 2025 version seeks to deepen community ownership and improve outcomes. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
The government of St. Lucia, through its satellite agency, the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, has granted permanency to hundreds of elderly home care program staff in what officials are calling a historic step for caregivers and their future.
Over 600 home care service providers from across St. Lucia gathered at the National Cultural Center on Thursday as the government of St. Lucia, through its St. Lucia Social Development Fund, SSDF, an agency of the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, hosted an official ceremony of permanency for the program's staff. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Equity, Charmaine Hippolyte Emmanuel, noted the significance of the moment.
We note this as an important milestone. This occasion speaks to the dedication of you as caregivers and our older persons who could speak to testimonies of care laced with compassion, patience, and dignity. Your work goes far beyond providing physical care. It is about offering comfort, respect, and a sense of belonging to some of the most vulnerable members of our society. Through your service, you remind us of the values of humanity and community that must guide our nation's development.
She further reminded the caregivers present that they now hold a responsibility to maintain the delivery of service in a dignified manner to all beneficiaries.
The decision to grant permanency is a recognition on the part of the government of St. Lucia of your unwavering commitment, professionalism, and the vital role you play in strengthening communities and family and caring for those in need. It is also a call to continue this journey with renewed pride and much responsibility. There is an expectation from the government of St. Lucia, the Ministry of Equity, and the families of our service recipients. This expectation speaks to professionalism, the delivery of respectful and dignified care.
Choiseul Saltibus Home Care Program Supervisor Leandra George Fields described the moment as historic and emotional for the employees.
Since 2012, these workers, we have worked with dedication and often under very trying circumstances, providing care for the elderly and the sick at home. And for years, they have worked on a contractual basis, and part of that contract, we would have 1 month break without pay.
She said permanency not only restores dignity, but also gives workers financial stability and recognition as professionals.
And this often sets back our financial stability. It puts us in a position when you have to go to the financial institutions that you're unable to get a loan, maybe to the amount that you would want, or a mortgage, because oftentimes the bank would tell you that you only have 8 months left on your contract, or you only have 11 months, and they couldn't give you the loan. So our livelihoods were affected by that contract.
Thursday's ceremony has been described as a turning point, not just for the home care staff, but for the wider mission of equity and empowerment in St. Lucia. The SSTF, on the sidelines of this landmark moment, stated that it remains committed to strengthening its programs with more initiatives for vulnerable groups expected in the near future. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
Minister of Transport Stephenson King has announced plans for a new public transportation system. The minister confirmed that a comprehensive study conducted has informed the initiative that is paving the way for a more efficient and modern transport network.
Minister of Transport Stephenson King announced plans for modernized bus terminals, upgraded buses, and improved commuter services, following a comprehensive study by the Caribbean Development Bank.
I spoke to the Caribbean Development Bank, and a study was done, a very scientific study, which takes into consideration everything pertaining to public transportation. Spare parts, cost of spare parts, fuel, and the fuel, they've provided a buffer to allow for the gauge to move up and down. What I mean by that, in the case of any increase in fuel, it is already taken care of because they've given a fair buffer.
The minister confirmed that plans for a new north terminal have already received approval, while proposals for a south terminal are currently under review. Discussions are also underway to address driving times and review fare structures across the network.
If you only know that you can get a bus, no matter what, every hour of the day up to midnight, people will then venture out to do their business. So you know you can get a bus at 6 o'clock to go to the city, you take a bus at 6 o'clock. You know if you want to get back home at 10 or at 11 or at 8 or at 10:30. Once there is a scheduled service, then it means that more people now would be able to move and circulate and to participate in activity in the community.
The minister indicated that this new study will also look into buses' conditions.
Some buses are in a very deplorable condition, so we'll have to put in a more serious system to be able to assess the quality of service that are being provided, both in terms of the quality and the integrity of the vehicles and the atmosphere within the vehicles.
The minister noted that a detailed report on the upcoming bus terminals will be done soon, with work scheduling to start before the end of this year. For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
The Bothamshire Foundation for the first time held its Red Tie Gala in St. Lucia, moving from Dallas, where Botham was killed, to his homeland where he was born. As we hear in this report, it was a celebration of Bothamshire, who met his untimely death at the hands of a Dallas police officer.
The ballroom at Sandals was decked in Bothamshire's favorite color. The theme for the night was love, light, and legacy.
Love fueled Botham's life and continues to fuel our mission at the foundation. His light still shines, and together we carry it forward to brighten lives and open doors for others.
For the first time, the Red Tie Gala was being held in St. Lucia, giving St. Lucians the opportunity to participate in an event designed to help fulfill Botham's legacy.
Tonight, let's celebrate, let's give generously, and let's honor Botham by carrying forward his love, his light, and his legacy.
It was also a birthday celebration as the fundraiser was being held on the eve of Botham's birth date. Happy birthday to you. The Bofamja Foundation was established to continue Bofam's humanitarian work with organizations in St. Lucia.
We reach out to the Boys Training Center, the New Beginnings Transit Home, the St. Lucy's Home, Cornerstone Humanitarian Society, and several other institutions on the island.
One of the most important was his compassion for the elderly. As a result, we've placed our focus on preventative health care with special emphasis on serving the elderly population in need.
A number of organizations and persons were recognized for their support of the Bofamja Foundation over the years. Well-known civil rights attorney Ben Crump was unable to make the trip to St. Lucia, but via video issued a plea for continued support of the invaluable work of the Bofamja Foundation. He also called for continued vigilance.
But we can make the difference as long as we unite and stand together and try to help institutions like Botham Jean's Foundation, then we can do it together, y'all.
The feature address was given by the former principal of the St. Mary's College, Rowan Sion. He remembers Bofam's discipline as a student, noting his leadership qualities. Mr. Sion saw potential for achieving greatness.
I honestly believe that not only did the Jean family lose the son and the nephew and the brother, but St. Lucia lost a potential leader, a potential prime minister. That was the quality of Botham Jean.
The government of St. Lucia was among sponsors of the Red Tie Gala. The representative was Cabinet Secretary Augusta de Gazon.
Tonight is not only a fundraising event, but a celebration of Botham's legacy and the profound impact he had on the many lives he touched during his 26 years on planet Earth.
Music featured prominently during the gala, reminding the audience of Botham Jean's love for music and his lifelong commitment to bringing joy to those in need. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Ukakute nouvelle na great stars for Hot 7, Nugawi Tunetu Tale.
If I would have known that you wouldn't be here anymore, I would have made the moments last a little longer. 'Cause now I'm alone, and you're just a memory in my mind. I would have given anything to say goodbye. My big bro, the general, Jay. 21 gun salute, I'll see you soon on the other side. If I would have known, if I would have known, I'd have broke parole and come home sooner. If I would have known.
Don't miss out on your chance of becoming $240,000 richer with Super 6. But you have to be in it to win it. Get your tickets today.
Spend your life living BOS's got you. Live your life your way. It's your life, it's what you do. Just tap the David BOSL Visa. Spend your life living just a tap away. From online shopping to the perfect view. Big dreams are waiting for you. Groceries, fine dining, wherever you go. From coffee breaks to checkout lanes, gas stations, aeroplanes. BOSL makes it easy, let's go. Tap the David BOSL Visa. Live your life your way, anytime, anywhere.
Tap into your life anywhere, anytime with your BOSL Visa credit card.
Spend your life living BOS's got you. Live your life your way. It's your life, it's what you do.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses. The second half of Season 2 is here, and Pereira and Company is back to reignite your passion for sports. Join Reds Pereira and his all-star lineup of guests as they dive into the heart of athletic excellence, sharing untold stories, powerful journeys, and the raw drive behind every triumph. From trending sports news to unforgettable moments that put you right in the action, each episode delivers insight, energy, and emotion that redefine what sports television can be. Catch it every other Thursday on Hot 7 TV after the evening news, simulcast on Kiss FM with a Sunday rebroadcast following the church service and telebituaries, while streaming live on the Hot 7 TV Facebook page and our new YouTube channel. Don't just watch the game, feel the fire, live the thrill, and celebrate the spirit of sport with Pereira and Company.
Pereira and Company is brought to you with the kind compliments of Laboratory Services and Consultations Limited and supported by Bellevue Hotel and Scott Sports and Awards.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Bienvenue encore. Breast cancer remains one of the most common cancers among women, and health officials stress that early detection saves lives. With the global recognition of October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Ministry of Health is rolling out a series of initiatives to raise awareness, promote prevention, and show solidarity with survivors.
The Ministry of Health says this year's campaign for Breast Cancer Awareness Month will focus on visibility, education, and community involvement. Shirlan Edward, acting health educator, provides more insight on the month's activities.
In an effort to generate visibility and be a champion for the cause of breast cancer prevention, workplaces are invited to decorate workstations or main entrances in pink. Also, staff members and other people in various communities around the island are encouraged to wear pink on Fridays to show support for breast cancer survivors.
Community wellness centers will also form part of this year's campaign.
All community wellness centers are encouraged to dedicate one day of screening to community members. They are also encouraged to decorate and showcase a display table at the wellness center throughout the month of October. The Ministry of Health will be undertaking education sessions, breast screening, health fairs for staff at various workplaces and spaces.
The campaign also extends to the digital space, with a social media challenge encouraging individuals and businesses to share one healthy habit for October using the hashtag WholeU2025 and Pink Power. Highlighting community involvement, the Mikud Wellness Center will also host a 5K in Pink walk as part of the month-long plans.
The Mikud Wellness Center will be hosting a 5K in Pink walk for breast cancer within the community of Mikud, which will culminate with a screening activity at the Wellness Center. This activity is to promote and encourage physical activity, show solidarity with survivors, fighters, and those who lost loved ones to breast cancer.
The Ministry of Health is encouraging the public, schools, and corporate partners to get involved throughout October as the nation braces the theme, Embrace Your Whole Self. Check your lemons. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
It was all about gratitude and celebration at the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, where classrooms turned into stages and students into stars, all in honor of the dedicated educators who shape young minds.
The Ave Maria Girls Primary School launched its annual Teachers Appreciation Week with a vibrant celebration honoring the unsung heroes of the classroom. Students took center stage, delivering a spirited showcase of performances, all dedicated to the educators who shaped their futures with unwavering dedication. Shana Joseph Jeremy, president of the school's Parents Teachers Association, underscored the importance of the event, stating it was designed to honor the tireless work and profound impact teachers have on the lives of children. The celebration served as a moving reminder of the respect, admiration, and love shared between students and the dedicated staff who guide them each day.
Today is Teachers Appreciation Day, and as the PTA executive, we found it was necessary to put together a General Assembly to honor the teachers of Ave Maria for their hard work and dedication, because we believe that every gesture today represents a very vital role that the teachers play in our children's lives, whether it's through laughter, creativity, or discipline or care. So we wanted to take the time off and show our appreciation.
As some students got the chance to also play teacher, she went on to underscore the pivotal role educators play in molding the minds and the futures of the nation's children, calling them the true architects of tomorrow's society.
From the word around, the grade 6 students are very elated to become teachers today, because very soon they will be moving on to greater adventures, and they see the teachers of Ave Maria Girls Primary as their role models. So to them, they feel great as a great initiative so that they can be in the teachers' shoes for today.
Educators of the institution were visibly moved and elated by the special production staged in their honor. While fully aware of the demanding and often underappreciated realities of their profession, the teachers affirmed that unwavering commitment to delivering the highest standard of education. For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
The Ministry of Agriculture has officially opened the 2025 sea turtle fishery season, urging strict compliance with conservation regulations as traditional fishers return to authorized coastal areas from October 1st to December 31st.
The Ministry of Agriculture has announced the official opening of the 2025 sea turtle fishery, which will run from Wednesday, October 1st to Wednesday, December 31st, 2025, both dates inclusive. To ensure responsible and sustainable practices during this period, the Ministry has introduced special conditions that must be followed by traditional and registered fishers. These fishers will only be permitted to operate in authorized designated areas under the updated regulatory framework. While the Ministry has yet to release the full list of updated 2025 conditions, the 2024 Sea Turtle Fishery Guidelines offer insight into the type of measures that may remain in place or be adapted. These include minimum weight requirements. Hawksbill turtles must weigh at least 60 pounds. Green and loggerhead turtles must weigh at least 75 pounds. Prohibited practices include sparing of turtles, slaughtering turtles in public or open areas, the capturing of leatherback turtles which are fully protected, and the possession of turtle eggs or keeping turtles as pets. Commercial restrictions include the sale and export of turtle shells or byproducts which are prohibited under the site's regulations. The Ministry reminds both fishers and the general public that all activities must comply with Section 33 of the Fisheries Act, Chapter 7.15. Any breach of these regulations could result in a maximum fine of EC $5,000. To support enforcement efforts, members of the public are encouraged to report any individuals or businesses suspected of violating the regulations of the Marine Police Unit, District Police Stations, and a Predial Larceny Unit or the Department of Fisheries. Throughout the season, the Department of Fisheries will be conducting island-wide monitoring to collect data on sea turtle captures and ensure that all fishing activities are conducted legally and sustainably. The Ministry emphasizes its ongoing commitment to balancing traditional livelihoods with the conservation of St. Lucia's marine biodiversity. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Il est là pour nous écouter ta commission, mais nous retournons à pour Asouta.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
At Caribbean Awning, we can protect your livelihood and assets against storms, hurricanes, and intruders with our shutters and roll-up steel doors. We firmly believe that everyone should have access to smarter, higher quality, and affordable security solutions. Caribbean Awning hurricane screens and shutters are Miami-Dade County approved to withstand storms, hurricane pressure, and winds. Our customizable estate gates, fencing, and burglar bars are an attractive and affordable security solution to safeguarding your loved ones and property. Living near sea blast, Caribbean Awning aluminum product line, railing, fencing, and gates are all manufactured from extruded aluminum, providing you with durable, rust-free protection. Our face recognition security system is a cutting-edge technological solution to improve your compound surveillance measures and gives you a peace of mind. Diamond Award-winning Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
Epia Chwama Wapo Asuta.
Present weather at Urner Airport is fair. Present weather at George F. L. Childs Airport is cloudy. Present temperature at Urner Airport is 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind at Urner Airport is blowing from the east at 14 miles per hour or 22 kilometers per hour. Rainfall in the 24-hour period that ended at 8 a.m. today. At Urner Airport, nil. At George F. L. Childs Airport, nil. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:53 a.m. Sunset tomorrow, 5:51 p.m. Forecast for St. Lucia Valley for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from between east-northeast and east-southeast near 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour, becoming lighter at times and calm during the night. Weather mostly fair and warm, occasionally becoming cloudy with a few showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. Marine forecast persists in a 25-mile or 40 kilometers radius from St. Lucia. Tides for Castries Harbor, high at 1:27 p.m., low at 6:43 p.m. Tides for Beaufort Bay, high at 2:34 p.m., low at 8 p.m. Seas slight to moderate with waves northerly to northeasterly swells 3 to 6 feet or 0.9 to 1.8 meters tonight. Locally rough with waves and northerly swells 6 to 8 feet tomorrow. Small craft operators are advised to exercise caution due to locally rough seas from tomorrow. Tropical weather outlook: light winds, strong daytime heating, and weak unstable conditions may trigger a few showers and possibly localized thunderstorms over the parts of the Lesser Antilles during the forecast period. Meanwhile, a low-pressure area located north of the region will generate some sea swells around the islands during the next 24 hours. A tropical wave located over the western tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 21 miles per hour or 33 kilometers per hour. Another tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 21 miles per hour or 33 kilometers per hour. No significant convection is associated with this wave at this time. A third tropical wave is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa today. Some slow development of this system is possible as it interacts with another disturbance over the eastern tropical Atlantic during the next few days.
Episan wive au bout nouvelle nuit station Hot 7 pour jeudi à vendredi le 3 octobre 2025. Pas oublier pour vivre joindre nous ici pour nouvelle finissement semaine la double take demain samedi et puis dimanche au soir à 7h. Pour nous tout ici qui travaille à département nouvelle, nom moi c'est Daniela Edwin. Juste nous joindre encore, ni à bonsoir.
And now, for our Hot 7 TV special news feature.
It's Friday, October 3rd, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you for being part of this. It's a good way to get updates because we have plenty going on right now. It is October, and you can see why right here. One spot we're watching near the Bahamas, keeping an eye on this back toward the southeast U.S. In this here, a strong tropical wave about to move off. It'll